Ed Poelick here again. I'm glad you're committing to Wealth for Life, and I'm looking forward to working with you. Today, I'd like to introduce you to a group of people just like you who have found a better way. On January 14, 2012, they all met in Delray Beach to share their success stories with us. They came from all over the globe, the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, the Cayman Islands, even as far away as Singapore, 9,146 miles to be exact, just to be there. They came too from all walks of life and ages, an accountant with her 18-year-old son, a retired dentist and his hardware store owner wife, a substitute teacher, a chemist, an IT guy, a wild physicist, even a young man in the Canadian Air Force. They all had different life goals, but they had one thing in common, a passion for taking control of their own destiny. They've been beta testing our courses and platforms, and we asked them for their stories. As promised, here's what they had to say in their own words. Why did you decide to take control of your own wealth?
My wife's got her 401k, and we have a guy just keep an eye on it to rebalance it when we need to. But I know I can do it better than they can because he's got hundreds and hundreds of clients. It's not going to get any prettier for the next 10 years. You know, I'm 61, my wife is 60. In 10 years, you know, we're going to be retired, and we got to make sure we can live comfortably.
I had lost some money, like probably everybody did, and what hit the day this all happened to me was when I had to write a check for fees. And I was paying somebody to lose money that lost money.
I decided to invest with a money manager last year, and I gave him $50,000 just to start with, and 5 months later he had $3,000 left. So that is when I decided to take the bull by the horns.
You know, it's nice to hear different perspectives or to see people doing what I hope to do by generating income and being able to live off that income without having to go to a job every day. There are people out there doing it, and we met them. And they're still here learning, so I don't have to be an expert at this to change my life. And I said, Tim, you know, I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I've made for all my life. When you have money, you were interested, do it. No, Mom, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Just try it.
Everyone that has talked to me outside has said how lucky, how incredibly lucky I am to be learning this stuff at 18.
I had learned everything wrong up until that point. And I had no idea.
Was learning options difficult, and do you still believe that they are risky?
I explained it that clearly, that it didn't seem like gobbledygook anymore, and it made me a lot more comfortable.
I never really got it. It just didn't click with me, and it clicked with me with the way you presented it. You have presented them so simply, and that's been the key to me, is how simply you've done it.
It didn't put me to sleep when I first watched the first couple of classes. It wasn't just like dry, repetitive boringness. He didn't use big, fancy words that I didn't understand.
I'm looking, and I think Tim's looking forward to learning so much more about what options can do for you that I never had a clue. I wish I knew this 20 years ago.
It just seems a lot easier. Why risk $200,000 when you can risk $2,000 and make the same amount of money?
Everybody tells me don't do options, they're too risky, you're gambling, you're this, you're that, you're that. And I've just in a few months, I've done real well. I've learned now how to basically not make it as risky as buying stocks by protecting yourself.
You know, everyone says options are risky. So is stock. You know, so is crossing the street risky. You know, flying down here is risky. You have to understand the product, understand the risk, and be able to move on it.
How do you like learning from me and the rest of the IFII team?
Ed was just a clear home run. He swung for the fences, and he went out of the ballpark with that one. He could take you at the beginner's level, and he broke it down into something that somebody who didn't even know what an option was, and start you off there and take you all the way through the end of that particular thing.
People I've met so far are really great people. I mean, Chris is an absolute star, Tika's an absolute star, and they're real down-to-earth people. It feels like you're learning from people that have actually done it, you know, which you are, which is more important than anything, I think.
I've been very impressed with all these guys the last couple days. You know, Friday night we had dinner with Ed. incredibly intelligent and so down to earth. They don't talk down at you. They talk at you, talk with you. And that to me makes all the difference in the world.
I'm actually talking to people outside of, outside of IFI that have been trading stocks that, I know from my work, for example, and I start talking to them about what I've learned, and they're amazed. They're like, it took me years to learn that, and thousands of dollars, of losing money.
What do you think about our learning platform and tools?
It gave me a lot of flexibility because with my work schedule I couldn't always be there for all the courses, but it was nice to have both the opportunity to connect with people online and also to be able to go back and review it when I missed it or if I just wanted some more reviews.
Even just listening to other people's question and being answered, and yeah, that is very helpful, very teaching process, a good teaching process.
I like the tools.
You like the tools?
Yeah.
He does the tools more. It's funny because we're a good complement to each other because I have all the old stuff I have to unlearn. And he picks it up very easy because he's not unlearning anything. But I also have the perspective of knowing the markets up and down. He doesn't have that history. So we kind of balance each other out a lot, which works out very well.
The social community aspect of it has been great. So, I have a lot of questions. I get on there and I ask some questions, and they're able to respond back to me and help me out, and it's been phenomenal.
One of the things I'd like to point out to you is a particular spreadsheet that I download, and that spreadsheet works. And I went and entered my trades from the time that I began the class. Your spreadsheet showed me really where I was making mistakes and not getting the return on my investment that I actually should be concentrating on.
Are IFII products a good value compared to what you've learned from other companies?
I found a tremendous value, in the course. The fees, I was really impressed, were not that expensive. It was definitely affordable, and the value of that was, incredible. Definitely worth, the minimal investment. Especially for someone that's not, that familiar. Actually, for anyone, even the veterans are getting benefit out of this course. So, that's exciting because that tells me that he must be doing the right thing.
You could pay for a course, but in probably one or two trades, you cover the cost of it. So yeah, it's a great thing.
Talk's the talk, but they don't walk the walk, but they'll charge the money. And that's what I see really separates you guys from your competition right now is you really do what you say. And I've gone a lot of day courses, the ones they reel you in to sell you the big package. They don't really explain everything, okay, what to do in the worst case scenario. Yeah. I mean, the best case scenario, my 9-year-old could figure that out. So worst case, what do you do?
Having that 30-day money-back guarantee, it was good because I realized that, I could try things out, see what I thought, and then choose to stay with it if I wanted to. So there was no risk in that respect. And the reason I stayed with it was because I was quite impressed.
Everything that's got good value is going to cost money. You can get a course for $75, or you can spend $750 and get the right course. I'd rather have the right people teaching me than the wrong people.
I'm feeling like we found the pot of gold. I really do. There's so much we can do with options that I never had a clue we could do.
So there you have it. I hope this puts that last lingering fear you have about options behind you, because things are really going to get exciting now. Here's what to expect. In the next 48 hours, we'll be sharing some of the details of the Wealth for Life tool set with you. Keep an eye on your inbox for it. You don't want to miss it because you'll get a sneak peek at the proprietary tool set we've put together for Wealth for Life. They will simplify and supercharge your ability to use options. After that, you'll get a private message that will boost your chances of getting in, as well as final instructions on when you'll receive your invitation letter to Wealth for Life on January 31st. Be sure to open and read all of my messages. Until then, enjoy your week.